Hello everyone, it's Leon here, and
hello, this is Dave.
And we're looking at the God of War Ascension beta, which has just gone live for PS Plus members today. I think there's been a smaller beta running, like a closed beta running in the past, but this is the first time everyone's been able to have a go at it. I've had a quick fiddle with it. You've been playing a little bit longer. What are your thoughts on it initially?
My thoughts are, it's very much mechanically, it's what you'd expect from God of War. Kind of very chunky, immediate combat. A lot of like vertical launchers, things like that. It's also quite a departure from, whacking AI minotaurs and ripping AI Cyclops' eyes out to actually having a back and forth fight with an actual man in PSN. So I think it's a bit of a transition.
I didn't realise you said this earlier. Obviously, you're going to be playing against people, and obviously that is people do weird things and become unpredictable. And obviously, AI, you know that the goat guy is going to do this when you do that. You know how they're going to behave, but a person, you don't know what they're going to do.
Now, just to explain quickly this, we've got Favourite of the Gods, which is a 4-player mode, which is essentially you're chucked in the arena with 3 other players, and you basically just have to reach a score at target before anyone else. So I think when I played, you're fighting in an arena with Hercules from God of War 3 overlooking the action, and you have to reach something like 8,000 points by basically killing a lot of men.
Okay.
And capture the flags, well, it's self-explanatory, so we'll try and soon get it.
But I didn't realise it went up to 8 players. For some reason I thought it was just 4 players.
Yeah, and now this is, likely the mode that you'll have seen shown at last year's E3 and throughout the last year. It's it's got the massive Titan Cyclops in the background, and it works kind of very much like a capture the flag mode does. You go and
Is the flag anything in particular, or is it just literally?
A flag.
It's a flag.
It's a flag. The only twist is it's usually, before you get to the flag, there's usually like a spike pit or a flame pit, like mousetrap style, that people can activate, and then if you run over like a certain section, it'll,
so it's environmental sort of kills.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And you can switch sides. Now there are 4 gods that you can pledge your allegiance to, I should say. Ares, who was the original God of War. Hades, who's obviously king of the underworld, who you fight in God of War 3, Poseidon, who is king of the sea, who you also fight in God of War 3, and Zeus, who you basically fight on with the God of Wars. Only Zeus and Ares are open in the beta just now, and basically they give you different kind of perks. I think your health regenerates a little quicker if you go Ares, and obviously you get all the lightning abilities if you go Zeus.
Yeah, you get different magical abilities, don't you, if you depending on who you pick.
Now here you can just see there are like certain prerequisites for unlocking like new magic and new armor and new weapons. It's like capture 5 flags,
collect so many orbs.
Yeah, exactly. So there is kind of a leveling up system.
How do you think? I mean, I probably won't be able to tell much from the beta, but how do you think it's going to handle the kind of the fairness of the upgrades? Because obviously, it's like something. It's not a similar sort of game. At Call of Duty, you get that sort of one person gets the magic gun.
Yeah, it's always that problem. I think the man who plays this for 50 hours is always going to be better than the man who plays it.
You can have a game, you're going to walk in, there's going to be the man standing in golden armour with a massive sword.
I felt that similar a little bit earlier. I got killed early on 10 times by the same man in a game of Capture the Flag. He was just basically...
It's a huge level. I didn't realise how big they were.
Yeah, it's a really big... It's really stacked vertically as well. There are quite a few levels.
Because they've only shown off basically that kind of tray, haven't they, with the giant Klops thing at the top. So
and this is a little teleport that takes you up to the top.
So
there he is.
I mean, it looks fantastic. I mean, look at the thing.
Yeah, I think he's got like something like 8 million. I watched a dev diary by Sony Santa Monica the other day, and I think there's like 8 million polygons in them.
It's sort of it's just, I can't believe how sort of amazing when it comes up close. You're like, that's really there. That's actually happening. It's not just like a filmed background.
No, I'm not sure yet, because I've seen the footage where basically you'll team up on him and slash his jaw apart and then stab him in the eye. I've not actually seen that happen yet. I don't know if one team actually has to win by capturing all the flags.
Maybe that's not part of this game. It's just background here.
Yeah, that's what it felt like to me. I think maybe there is one other mode which is shown in the beta, which is currently greyed out, which is the Favour of the Gods 8-player, which that might involve the Cyclops.
You're not getting a lot of resistance here, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, there's one guy.
I'm not complaining. There's so many of those I'm almost there moments. I know, I'm so well, it's fine. The only thing I find is because the camera's quite far pulled out, and I wouldn't say there's a degree of latency with the. I don't think it's server latency. I just think there's a degree of control latency, which has probably always been there with God of War, in the combat, like because the animations are quite canned, so they take like a few fractions of a second to kick in. So it's not quite as immediate as a lot of like third-person games, especially online games. But so especially when there's a lot of characters on screen like this, it can get very confusing as to what's going on. And I've been killed.
Yep.
And this is going to be quite gory. Oh, that's just American history.
I was about to say, yeah.
But I think it's mainly, in any objective mode, it's not really about the combat. It's more about you just, actually completing the objective. So I think now I'll focus more on getting the fight. I'll try and show off some of the combat. So L1 combined with square and triangle kind of does your big flasher.
That's block as well, isn't it? Parry.
It's block, and parry with X. And you've got magic in R2. But you have to like collect magic blue orbs before you can unlock it. You've got a dodge on the right stick, which is like that.
Yeah. And that the funny little glowing arc you see appearing over people shows they can be grabbed, isn't it? If it's Now
you can grab them for one of those American History X finishers when they've absorbed a certain amount of damage, and then if you hit R1 when their health's almost done. So you get that happen.
I mean, I had a very quick little play around it, and the tactic I locked onto pretty quickly was
the tactics basically team up with a guy when there's two. Yeah, that seems to work well.
Yeah, I mean, what I was doing is I was parrying and then using the launch. That's nasty. Using a launcher to get them in the air and then grappling them and just hammering them as much as I could.
I mean, all the tactics have served you so well when you're battling harpies or skeletons or whatever in the main God of War games. Traditionally, really promoting that vertical sense of combat, juggling them in the air for as long as possible. That all kind of rings true in this as well. Oh, really? Want to stab the big Cyclops?
Just love the fact you're running.
And you can also sprint by holding down the right stick, but I don't think you can do it with it.
Yeah, come on. What are your names do then? Oh, they've got off legs. So this is.
This is So I don't think you can actually.
No, you can't score without your flag being there. Yeah. Which means you should hang. Oh.
Yeah, that's stupid. I shouldn't have done that. There's a spike pit. Now that's a one-hit kill, which is quite annoying. Whereas weirdly, the flame pit isn't. You just get a bit burned.
Is that off flag? Can you return?
I don't think I'll
know what's going on there.
That guy's got. It's fine. Now you can attack with flag, but it's not particularly useful. I'm definitely gonna die here. Come on. Run!
Oh, you've got a lot of angry people after you.
I really just want to watch the Cyclops. He's not got. I'm definitely dead here.
That's.
Oh, well, that would have been a bit better with it clipping, but we get the idea. But yeah, it's definitely, it's quite the departure from what we're used to with God of War. I mean, in God of War, we're used to these big, operatic set pieces, and these like sweeping camera pans and, battling these outrageous bosses, and playing a more vanilla multiplayer. It's certainly not bad, but it's just it takes a bit of time to get your head around it.
I'm intrigued because I was initially really quite skeptical when it was announced, but I think I'm interested purely because it's not another shooter. It's not another kind of trying to be COD or a first-person deathmatch, and just for the fact it's something different intrigues me, and I'm going to give it more time, I think, than I would another general deathmatch, team deathmatch kind of thing.
It'll be interesting. Like, obviously now you can, if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you can download the beta now. It's not a particularly big download. I think it's less than 2 gigs, so it shouldn't take you too long to download. It'll be interesting to see how many people hop on, and I'd definitely hop on and see what you think. The trouble with any game that isn't COD or a Battlefield is eventually it's getting that continued support over X amount of time to really sustain its lifespan. So it'll be God of War is also a huge franchise, so it'll be interesting to see if it gets
how it works,
continued support.
Let's have a go.
There you go. Oh, you can't do much. Well, I'm not saying that. I've captured the only flag of the game, so you do have something to live up.
Oh, I'm disastrously.
Yeah, you're dead. For some reason, I don't seem to be particularly good at blocking. the blocking felt, I wouldn't say fudged, but it felt a little inconsistent to me. Yeah, I think the timings, it's not immediately clear, and
it's reading that moment you have to hit the button.
It's almost like having to be a bit of a precog, because there is, you do have to kind of hit it probably a good fraction of a second before the animation of the attack kicks in. It's a sort of controller latency you couldn't get away with in a beat 'em up, but you can get away with in like a third-person action game.
You can see what you mean a bit about maybe it's being a bit of so there's a bit of a slight delay.
Yeah, I think it's something that other players have clearly got used to quicker than we have, but we've only been playing it, this morning.
Yeah.
So. It will certainly, need a variety of. It'd be great if they have a variety of maps and you could have like a Titan on each level. Like the different Titans we've seen in the series past, like Gaia, and the other Titans I can't remember the name of. Atlas. That's another one. Kronos. Oh, there's 3. I must say, I'm really looking forward to single player, which I'm sure will be another great action game. It's strange, it's the game's out in March 12th, and we were just saying before we started recording this, we still don't feel we know that much about it. It still feels quite secretive, and I think exciting because of that. Certainly plot-wise, I feel quite in the dark with it, which I'm quite happy to be going in not knowing.
It'd be it'd be nice to actually play a game that we don't know anything about. So you take back on rubbish.
I feel like certainly God of War 3. I felt like I had a, Sony Santa Monica, because sort of we went in there knowing really what, Kratos' mission was. It was to scale the top of Mount Olympus and kill Zeus in the most horrendous way possible. So,
it'll be interesting to play a game we basically know nothing about.
God of War 3, I actually think, is still easily one of the prettiest games on PS3. It's a sensational looking game.
Yeah, I remember Hades. No, who's the guy? Who's Rip Torn? There was that guy down.
Oh yeah.
He was incredible.
Yeah, the kind of blacksmith guy.
I just watch him cycle through his animation for hours.
He has all the polygons.
Yeah. But yeah, Ascension single player is like a complete mystery. All you've seen is that bit of E3 demo where he's got the big hammer and he pulls a face off the elephant, and that's about it.
I think if you buy Total Recall on Blu-ray, you'll have access to that demo.
To that demo, I'm trying to get hold of that.
Right, see, if I pull this lever, that should barbecue. Oh, I've pressed the wrong button. Oh, I've missed my chance! Now, it seems to be a key is like powering, because that gives you a window to then start.
That's what I find quite weird, is that to me looked like you should have parried it, but for whatever reason it decided you hadn't.
The camera's a bit erratic with these pans, so
I guess as well, because online latency could be a bit of an issue, because I know like Call of Duty quite often frustrates me when I get killed and then the kill cam shows me behind a wall or nowhere near where I'm supposed to be. I guess with parrying, I wonder how they work that kind of latency stuff out.
I do applaud Sony Santa Monica just for trying it. They're essentially 4 or 5 games into an extremely established series. They could easily have just put out another single player game, that sold well, so credit them for. I know it's very easy to greet a big new single player franchise that suddenly gets multiplayer with a degree of cynicism. So, does it really need it, and is it trying to dilute what the series is about? But I don't. It doesn't feel like it's something really tenuous to me.
Cool. Okay, well, let's finish it there, and we'll look at the other modes separately. Alright, let us know what you think, guys. We'll do another video, we'll play the other mode, so we shall see you there.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.